Hello, everybody. Right. Hello, everybody. Hello. Right, I'm trying to find Hassan. Hassan, sorry about this, mate. Let's send it to... So I've sent it to James, sent it to... Hassan, I've sent it to your Hangouts, mate. Do you want it on your phone as well? Please say no. You're going to say yes. I'm going to say yes, aren't you? Let's do it anyway. On your phone as well? Please say no.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yo, hello.
How you doing, guys? Hi, everyone. Hi, Betty. Hi, Lemon Fresh. Hi, Manny. Hi, Morton. Hi, JK. Hi, everyone. How's your lovely day today?
What, mate? All right. How was yours? I played some wicked trades today. I smashed it.
Good.
Smashed it.
Good.
It was such a nice day for trading. But yeah, that's what I did. What did you do? Did you go out and about or what?
Fam, my day is the same every day, man. It's just one of these, just sitting down, relaxing, trying to recover, brother. That's basically it, man. How's everything with you guys, man? Come on, tell us how many points did it go up before you pulled out?
Can't tell you the information like that, mate.
Come on, bro. You can tell us you went up like 20, 30, 40 points. I'm not asking what shares you put your money into. I just want to know how many points it went up and down, you know, bro. That's what it was.
Okay, let me work it out.
Yeah, you know it makes sense when I ask it like that, family. Come on. Tell me it's in the 800 range, bro. I'm gonna love you for it, family.
No, it was about 600 pips.
Yeah, that's what. That's all
But it's
right,
all
brother,
about
mate.
it's all about the pounds per pips, though.
That's it, bro. That's what it's all about. Is them little peaks, isn't it? When them peaks hit and you're riding it, and you're coming out just as you think it's gonna go down. That's what it's all about, isn't it? But I wish I had the balls to do that game, mate. Do you understand me? Fucking hell. I'm like, I just watch the screen all day when I'm on that game, mate. So I stopped that years and years ago. I can't do it. Do you understand me? You got to give up. I don't give a shit attitude to that one. Just put it down and don't care. So who's Mr. A on the other side? Because we've not allowed that bad boy to talk and has been ever so bloody quiet.
It's me, Hass. It's James.
Who's it?
James.
Easy, James. Oh my god, that bloody left wing wanker. Is he on this fucking show?
That's me.
Are you left wing, James?
No. It was Raj that said he was a paid-up member of the Labour Party, wasn't it?
I know. I can't believe he actually admitted that. How embarrassing.
I've never voted Labour in my life.
Who do you normally vote for?
Oh, I couldn't possibly tell you.
I'm going to take a guess and go for Lib Dems.
I've swayed around a bit.
You commie left-wing wanker. Yeah, just like commie left-wing wanker, mate.
I've got to put you fascist alt-righters in position in your place.
I don't blame you, bro, mate. I don't blame you, mate. Anyway, I'm going to be putting my money on the new party called the People's Revolution Party. It sounds like a right communist genre, but it's got some absolutely fantastic policies, and it makes total sense. I loved it. Finally, I'm getting excited about a party that I actually want to vote for. And their membership's fucking cheap as well. Jesus Christ. £1 a month. That's a plug if they ever want one.
I take it it's going to be a party all about free speech, is it?
It's about a party about being true to what the country needs to get ahead in life. Like, if it makes sense to have those policies, we keep them. If it don't, well, fucking chuck them in the bin and get new ones, innit, basically. But yeah, it's good. I like it. Check them out. Seriously. I don't know if anyone wants to put the link up on there. I loved it.
When you mean get ahead, do you mean the country getting ahead, or do you mean the individuals getting ahead?
I mean both, brother. I think everyone, to be honest with you, I don't think they've got this attitude about, unless you want to be sitting down and then out the race, but anyone else that sort of like feels that they've got a chance and a shot, I don't see how their policies are not going to really help them and society around them. I don't think it's going to be too helpful for the wrongdoers, so to speak, be it criminal, political, or societal. But again, who gives a shit about them ones? We don't want them fuckers anyway, to be honest with you. Do you want to be living in a world where you're just full of shitheads, James?
It depends on who you're classifying as a shithead, I guess.
No, you tell me what you classify as a shithead, and I'll start telling you if you're right or wrong, my brother.
So maybe we'll get into some of that later.
I'll tell you what, James. Why don't you run through your CV, because you're a dark horse with what you've achieved in your life.
Oh, that sounds terrible, and probably quite boring.
All right,
me and Manny do share some background, don't we, Manny?
We do, but why don't you start with your time in the White House?
In the White House? I didn't work in the White House, but I did. I have worked in the US a couple of times. I worked for the US government for a few years, and I also designed a very long time ago the benefits system, United States benefits system. Would you believe? Which most people don't even think they have one, but they do, and it's incredibly complex.
Oh, I see. So you did the programming for the software and the database and all the background.
Yes,
like
yeah, and the design. There was a lot of sort of government staff on the project, but they also had contractors and okay, they needed staff from the UK, believe it or not, and that's how I got involved in that.
And okay, well, look, I have a lot of designing and programming done for me for some of my projects, so I always know that you guys build a backdoor. So could you just, nobody's listening, it's just us three. Why don't you share a backdoor that we can exploit some of these programs that are being used around the world?
That's not my bag.
I told you you're a left-wing wanker, innit? I just told you are. Just tell us so we can all be rich together.
I think that me and Manny probably have very similar politics.
Yes.
Am I the odd one out? Is that what you're saying?
I think that there are very good left-wing policies and there are very good right-wing policies.
All right,
but generally, I am a Republican conservative.
Yeah, but we all like. I mean, do we like the NHS, for example?
Yes.
Because that's a socialist concept.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's a socialist concept.
We pay for it, don't we?
Yes, but the socialist concept means we all
contribute to the common pot. But hold on, we pay for it, and they pay. Now, do you want everyone? Now, the question is, you like the NHS? Yes, I'm assuming yes.
Hmm.
But do you also agree that everyone else should be able to have the right to be taken care of?
I think that you need to contribute in order to
No, hold on.
receive the
No, the question is very
benefits.
simple, James. I'm asking you, do you feel that that service should be applied to everyone?
You mean in the country?
No, I mean in this planet Earth that's able to get to that place.
No, of course not. It's British.
Well, at the moment, that's not the case. So, look, this is where like the
It's
fine
very
line.
awkward. I understand what you mean. It is very awkward.
Do you understand me? Like, I believe in a very strict border policy, but also immigration, which is contradictory to each other. I believe that we should be getting the right kind of people that the country needs to go ahead. I don't believe that just because McDonald's can't find staff, that we've got to open the door until McDonald's can find that staff member. That to me doesn't make no
Yeah, but
sense.
I mean, there's lots of different issues you've raised there. I mean, one of the issues is that government dictates immigration policy, not McDonald's. So McDonald's can't just bring anyone in they want. They're at
We
the
know
mercy
that's
of
not the
government.
case. We know
But
that's not
government do have a policy. I mean, the thing with the NHS is that the European Union, people that come from Europe have access to the NHS, and we know for a fact that we do not receive the same quality of service when we go, for example, to Spain.
yeah.
We don't, and we end up needing insurance to cover certain medical provisions that we might want. So I say for certain there is a disparity between the service that we provide to people coming through as tourists, visitors, and what we would get in their country. Absolutely true.
And as well as that, the work situation, the getting the visa situation, and all the rest of it. And that's like the beginning to the point where the European Union is going wrong. In fact, in regards to allowing people to become European members that weren't initially European member people, because we've never had a problem where we had an influx of people from Finland coming to try to get established in this country, or Germans, or French, or Spanish. Well, we did with the Spanish a little bit because their economy is pretty bad out there, and the Portuguese. We had them. We had a couple from Greece, but they were all people that could sort of like sing along the tune that the Europeans sing along to, if that makes sense.
Sure. I mean, look, going back to the kind of left-right divide, it shouldn't be. I mean, the policies of the country are completely separate from ideologies that you might have overseas. I mean, my left-wing stuff starts and ends at the border. I'm not interested in some sort of international socialism, is what you get with most left-wingers. They don't recognise borders. That's not me. I would very much be on the same camp that you're in and Manny's in, I imagine, on that. I'm not interested in having an open door policy. That's crazy. That's suicide.
But that's what we currently got.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous. And they've lied about the figures, and Labour's had to apologise. During the sort of Blair years, it was Jack Straw, I think, wasn't it, that made all the claims that turned out to be a sack of rubbish.
I believe it came a lot before that, to be honest with you, because I remember I remember in the workforce, and I used to be working around, and I'd be like, "What? How did this guy get in and get work visa and all the rest of it?" Understand me? And like, couldn't speak. Forget like a European language. It's like his own people couldn't even understand it, for fuck's sake. Understand me? You're like,
Yeah.
all right, understand me? So what I'm trying to explain is, it's not that the Europeans are actually keeping to their side of the bargain anyway. Like, there's always a reason. Like, for example, a refugee crisis. Well, that's irrelevant to where it is in the EU for some bizarre reason. As it
I mean,
should be.
one of the things that I should put out there straight away is I voted for Brexit.
And well done, you.
Yeah, but we should be in the common market.
Yeah, we should be in the
No.
common market. We should not have an open door policy.
Okay,
So
yeah,
you're not
agreed.
against Brexit, just in name, basically. Just get us out in trying to get us established with each other. Like
We should trade. We should trade and have common tariffs. I'm completely down with that. But in fact, no, actually not entirely down with that. But I have no problem with trade agreements. But
But you know, that comes with conditions that they've made that they have to have free flow of goods, services, and people. Like
yeah,
so, like
we're definitely gonna get screwed on the agreement for
that's the
sure.
whole premises of the open market. Like without the trio, it's not it's void basically, and they can go back to it. So this is the reason why a lot of people need to sort of understand that it's just because we're not in Europe, we can't strike a deal to say, look, you know what you got 30 doctors that are currently in, I don't know, some Polish city or that are qualified, and we've got a shortage of 30 doctors. Yeah, I love that kind of policy. Yeah, you know what? Come on, guys. We're short 30 doctors. You've got too many doctors at the moment. And on the term, we could come to an agreement that, yeah, eventually when your doctors are shortening out due to your programming and training, because you're not going to be keep on producing more doctors that your country doesn't need and can't export, we could then slowly reintroduce the 20s that we got back to your society because people are happiest amongst their own people. You understand me? Like, and it's
Right,
irrelevant.
but I mean, the issue is though that you bring somebody in who's a doctor, that doesn't mean that that their offspring are going to be at the same level, or for example that they don't have family members and they'll bring more people in. The dynamic changes very quickly.
Yeah, but it's not meant to. The whole premise of that doctor coming down weren't to establish a new life. It was to establish his work situation that he's currently found himself in. Now, we've got no problem with people having families. For heaven's sake, have family. Like, if you're a person like a doctor, like getting to and from Poland is not a big hurdle. You could, what is it? What, 3 hour flight? I know people that travel 20 hours a week getting to work. Damn me, like that shouldn't be the issue. We're not here to say that they shouldn't have families. Yeah, have your family.
I mean, I have to say, I didn't vote for Brexit because of immigration. I mean, I know that there's an issue with immigration, but I voted for Brexit because I didn't want the bureaucracy. I wanted, sovereign power to remain here. That was why I voted for Brexit. I mean, the idea that your leaders, the people that pass the laws, the rules, and so forth, are in a completely another country. I mean, at least our politicians, we can go and protest outside their houses. We can hassle them when those politicians are displaced somewhere else.
But it makes no difference. Like currently, we could protest until we go blue in the face and we become scared.
No, I agree.
Because the people that were protesting outside that building have actually got no control over anything anyway. They get vetoed, they get told to shut up, you're talking rubbish, you don't know what you're talking about, you ain't seen the bigger picture, you've got to look further ahead. When we're looking here and we're going, well, we've gone further ahead in regards to the others, and we're getting crushed more and more. I like, for example, like looking at somebody coming in, and because some European law stated that we can't be too hard on political prisoners that have actually caused harm, like actual harm, like gone down and told people to go down and bomb some place. We can't even tell them not to come in, like only because of these fucking bizarre European and as length and the size of a banana has got to be so till it's to be classified a banana. We've got all these bizarre laws that do affect us, and it makes a difference. Absolutely, we've seen it.
These are extremes you're talking about, though, right? I mean, any problems that we face, as individuals, these kinds of things we don't, we don't experience these things. These are extreme. You're saying, oh, a particular person's a terrorist or a criminal or something. These are.
I'll give you a more broader one if you like. I mean, I'll give you the most prime example of the most recent, and I'll give you even more recent one. The most recent was the Iraqi war. I mean, how many people stepped out onto the streets of London and said, no, petitions signed? I remember it wasn't like the normal, oh, we're in war, boys. There was a lot of build up, the scientists, the professor banded in his garden, blah, 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 blah. I mean, it weren't like, yeah, tomorrow we're going to war. Yeah, we'll go to war. Or newsflash, England's in war with Iraq at the moment, as they used to do back in the day. But it's more, and I'll give you even more recent one, is the marijuana. Like the petitions that we've signed in regards to that. I think, what, 1 million, £2 million, 2 million people petitioned. And what's it accomplished? They don't even talk about it. They just say, you know, they brought out a professor that was meant to sort of like debunk this claim that marijuana is this safe drug, and he had to come back and say, yeah, actually, it is. Understand me? And they're not even taking his thing. That, like, no matter what we say, it just falls on deaf ears because.
But you've got a left wing view on that, right? You'd legalise all that stuff, right?
Legalise all drugs, absolutely all drugs, and legalise prostitution, and fights, dog fights. I'd legalise anything as long as it's done to a constraint, like a proper constraint. You understand me? Like my dog fights wouldn't be just put body armor on the dog, you know, make it so that the dog's not going to get hurt. You know, it's irrelevant. Like dogs fight, they do this naturally. You see them doing it naturally every time, but make it so that the dogs are not going to die in there or hurt. You know?
I see Raj has joined us. Hello, Raj.
Look at him.